Welcome back to another edition of the Prospect Profile, a mini-series we do here within the Kansas City Royals franchise, where we go over top prospects from AA Northwest Arkansas up to AAA Omaha. Last time we were in AA to go over starting pitching prospect Donnie Fitzgerald, and now we're going to be staying in AA to go over outfield prospect Elier Hernandez. Or at least I'm assuming it's Elier. It could be Elier, it could be Elier, it could be something even weirder than that. I've never seen this name before. He is Latin, he's from the Dominican Republic. I don't know anybody who ever's had that name. That's not a very popular name, so I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. But moving on, Hernandez is an outfielder, obviously. He bats right-handed, throws right-handed. He stands 6'3", weighs $197. He is 24 years old, out of the Dominican Republic, where he was signed in 2011 as a 16-year-old for $3.05 million, which is quite a lot of money for a 16-year-old. It was close to a signing record for players out of Latin America as a teenager. And taking a look at his attributes as they stand right now, he is a 66 overall, B potential, and a quick little fact about that B potential is it hasn't always been a B potential. When we started this series, Hernandez wasn't really a guy I was looking at. I thought he was just kind of like a guy who would just be there for like a year or two, and then other prospects would kind of take his place and he wouldn't be in our system anymore. But he's really proven himself. He's upped his potential from a C to a B. His stats have taken quite a jump. He's quite a good bat, as we'll get into. And I would say he could even mash against left-handed pitching, which is definitely not the side you want to mash against because you're not going to get as many opportunities at the plate if you're a guy who platoons and you only play against lefties as opposed to you don't play against righties. But he's not no slouch against right-handed pitching either, but he is definitely better against lefties, where he has a 62 contact, 61 power versus lefties, and then against righties, it's a 50 and 49 situation going on. But it is still pretty a decent bat both ways, but like I said, definitely better against lefties. He also has pretty good plate skills. I would say great vision already at 68, and then 58 discipline, which is definitely pretty darn good, especially for a guy who's in AA, who I really didn't expect much from, as like I said, when we were entering this series. And the discipline is definitely showing as he is peppered throughout the league leaders, and one of the ones he's there for is the base on balls, also OBP. He's also peppered throughout the top 10 in this league for batting average, hits, doubles, slugging percentage. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but those are just the main ones. Hernandez is also very durable. You're not going to have to worry about him missing time left and right. He's got 81 durability. That's a non-issue. As far as his fielding goes, I would say you can compare him in the field to our current corner outfielders in Jorge Soler and Jorge Bonifacio. Definitely Bonifacio is much better in the field, but Jorge Soler, they're still decent comparisons because they're like mid-60s guys in the field. They're not guys who are going to win gold gloves, but they're serviceable in the field. And that's really what Hernandez is. He's sitting at a 61 fielding, 54 reaction, 66 arm strength, and then his arm accuracy is definitely a bit questionable at 41, but it's still decent arm and decent fielding, so he can do the job out there in the outfield, but he's just like Bonifacio and Soler. He's never going to be a center fielder, which is difficult in this organization because Bonifacio and Soler, both young guys. Soler only has, I believe, 2 more years left in his deal. Bonifacio, I'm not sure, but I mean, Hernandez could take their place eventually if we don't bring back Soler when his contract is up, but as it stands right now, there is quite a bit of logjam at those corner outfielder positions, so Hernandez could end up being trade bait eventually down the line, but as of right now, I do want to keep him in my system and see if we do have a use for him within the next few years, maybe as a 4th outfielder. We'll have to see what happens. But with that being said, that is going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Prospect Profile of outfield prospect in AA Northwest Arkansas, Elier Hernandez. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.
In the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find.